Wouldn't it be nice if today we're off on another overnight adventure to Tonawanda, New York, which is in the Buffalo area. I'm up in the Scranton area, and I just noticed something interesting. I'll show it to you. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Exit 185 is President Biden Expressway.
Right lanes.
See it? President Biden Expressway. Is that a fucking joke? I know he's from Scranton. I don't think I'd want anyone to know, though, he was from my town. He was just the other racist rapist that they could put up against Donald Trump. Corporate piece of garbage. NBNA Joe. If you follow my other channel, you know that I don't favor the other racist rapist either that was running against him. But I did some research, and it's pretty clear that they stole the election from Trump the same way they stole it from Bernie Sanders. Same voting machines. But we comfy people don't want to know about all that. President Biden Expressway. Holy shit. Wouldn't it be nice if... So Highway 390 goes up towards Buffalo, and it connects Highway 86, which goes towards Jamestown, New York, and then it departs from 86 and it goes up towards 90, and then you take 90 over to Buffalo and Erie and Cleveland and points west. And it would be so nice if instead of having to cut off on Highway 36, which cuts off a whole lot of miles, you could make a new highway or go around all these little towns. Not too twisty. Maybe you could just bulldoze some of them. They would love that, I'm sure. And you could just go 65 or 70 all the way there. I'm sure thoughts like this have led to movies such as Pixar's Cars. If you feel nostalgic about all those towns that got bulldozed, not because the freeway had to go through them, but because they didn't have any more traffic through them. A lot of heavy truck traffic goes through this little town, Simerson, I think it is. A lot of travelers go through here because it's a lot farther to go on 390 all the way up to 90. So what does that have to do with anything? Let's move a little closer to the center of the target. Wouldn't it be nice if people treated me the way I deserve to be treated? Wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to try so hard to make money? Or wouldn't it be nice if life just got handed to me on a plate? I'm a great person, I deserve it, right? But maybe what we also deserve is the opportunity to learn. So when we go through the small towns, we figure out things that we wouldn't figure out if we just stayed on the freeway. We figure out things about ourselves and about our surroundings. And it is the point. The point is the journey and not the destination.
In 1 mile, turn left.
You probably heard that before, but I can't count how many times I hear myself saying, wouldn't it be nice if people didn't drive like they do, or if the weather was different, or if I weren't so freaking old, or etc., etc. It's like a constant litany. So maybe I can remind myself often enough that I get out of that habit and I welcome every opportunity as a habit. I just formed that habit because sometimes I have the habit of complaining and whining. That definitely can be a habit, but I think it's a habit that can be broken. And so when I hear myself saying, wouldn't it be nice if, I'll have to come back to that idea. No, it wouldn't. It's better this way. She wants me to turn left. I don't think, well,
miles.
there's a
Turn
big
left
truck
on
that
Main
did
Street,
it.
then take the first right.
I don't think that's a designated truck route. Big truck behind me stayed. No, he's turning too.
In half a mile, turn left.
Oh, no, he's not. He's coming this way. Yeah, wait, maybe if I pay attention, I'll learn a new way through here that saves me 30 seconds or so. Who knows? But I like learning. Whatever age I am. I don't think her turn left here would save even 30 seconds looking at the map.
Turn left.
No. I see a bridge. Yeah, I see a train bridge that would be a little
In
squashy.
half a mile, turn left.
But she doesn't give up. Oh yeah, I'm going to turn left in half a mile. Village speed limit in New York State. It's 30 more often than 25, which is good. But we're still not going 65, are we? Oops, I'm complaining again. I wonder if the guy in the truck behind me is
In
complaining.
0.1 miles, turn left.
I picked up 40,000 pounds of whey powder in Tonawanda, New York, and now I have about an hour left on my clock to go towards home and then find a place to sleep over. I've decided not to cut off that corner this time on the way back, just to see what that's like. And then I'll say, wouldn't it be nice if I always knew in advance what was going to work out the best? But I won't think that way either. This guy was kind enough to park right in front of me so I can show you all the axles. Starting from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twice as many as I have. I have axle envy. So that Tiger Cat can weigh a whole lot and still not put too much weight on any one axle, thus protecting the roads in their pristine condition. I've been on New York roads most of the day and my fillings are mostly missing. I'm checked in for the night. It is almost 4 p.m. I got up at midnight, got to work at 1:15 a.m. and went to Wilkes-Barre and then to Tonawanda and then back here, which is Dansville, New York, at a TA. Sometimes the road is steep. You have to shift down. You have to turn on your four ways. You have to endure till the end of the hill, or your truck does, and you just keep going. Sometimes that hill is really long. Sometimes your engine overheats. comes to a place where you can shift up, start to go a little faster. Still going on a hill though. I feel that way with, I've mentioned this before, I'm not the only person who believes in demons or in the ability to rebuke them. I have a friend right now who's being plagued. She's suffering from other maladies, mental health issues, but I don't think you can explain everything that way. I don't think that being messed with comes down to how healthy you are. When you're healthy, you can resist, but I still think you'll be messed with. Now we may have to shift down again. That's how it goes. Sometimes you think you're in the clear, and then the hill gets steep again. This is a long-ass hill. And my friend's life right now is in that place. Just keeps getting steeper and steeper. She wonders if she'll have any more gears by the time she gets to the top. Or if she'll be shifted down to the very bottom. I think she does feel like that right now. That she doesn't have any more gears lower to shift into. I'm speaking to you. You know who you are. Right now I can see the end of the hill. I can see that we're getting there. Whether I shift well or poorly, we're going to get to the end of that hill. We're going to get back up to speed. Because no hill can last forever. You live on a globe, despite what the flat earthers say. And on this surface, you can't keep going up, and you can't keep going down. You have to have both if you're going to navigate on the surface of the globe. It's a bumpy globe for sure. I was sleeping in Dansville last night. Now I'm on the way home. I've got 318 miles to go to get home. Now I'm in high gear. I won't go all the way home in high gear because I got a big load of whey powder on. And it's heavy. But I won't have to go the whole way with my four-ways on, shifted down. I know this is a hard time in your life. We're going to come to some downhill and we're going to coast. We may even dismantle our governor and go fast. Faster than we're supposed to. The theme is, wouldn't it be nice if, and with demons, wouldn't it be nice if there weren't any demons? Or if I could cast them all into outer darkness and leave them there, and they never bothered anyone ever again. Or if I'm feeling vindictive, I want to rip their heads off, snap their little necks, assuming they have necks. But I think there's a point in this non-codependent universe. I think they have a point. There's a fox. I know you won't be able to see that, but a beautiful fox just ran in front of the truck. And I promise I didn't hit it. the baddest of everything there. Wouldn't it be nice if we figured that out and we didn't have to say, wouldn't it be nice if our conditions change? Instead, we just figure out that we're more than adequate for all of our conditions. And that, my friends, is the rest of the story. Not only do the hills eventually run out and you go down the other side, not only do you always have that one gear lower, even if it's grandma gear in the square hole, and you just put your foot all the way down and just go very, very slowly, eventually you'll beat the hill. There is no endless hill. The other thing, though, is that your load will be delivered. You'll get to the place where you're delivering your load, and it'll be unloaded, and you'll be empty, and you'll be light, and then you won't care how steep the hills are. It's inevitable. And that really is the end of the story. Once you figure that out, you are ready for eternity. When you meet up with resistance, when the hill is steep, when you seem to have people in your way or entities in your way saying, not so fast, you can't just have that, it's probably because it's something good, something valuable. When space is contested, then it's because it's valuable. When you go sailing in, sometimes you can sail into a beautiful, secluded spot and no one's discovered it yet. But that's what you find out later, is that it starts to fill up and you were just lucky. But when you meet resistance, it's probably because you're trying to find something that other people also find valuable. And as I've said before many times, a lot of people like to run with their elbows out. They don't like everyone to have it. It's a zero-sum scarcity kind of thinking. So again, it means the hill is steep, that you're probably going somewhere good, that is desirable. So keep to the course. This truck pulls really hard at 42 miles an hour in 8th gear. When the hill is steep and it pulls down from 70, this is a 70 mile per hour road, and it pulls down below 60, and I shift down to 9th at say 57 miles an hour, and then it's coming down below 50, and you wonder. And there are hills on 222 south of Lancaster where you got to shift even lower than that. 7th gear, 6th gear, even 5th gear sometimes if you have a heavy load. But there are certain speeds where this truck will take a stand. It'll say, okay, I'm not going to go anymore. You will not pass. And 42, or that's what we're going now. We've been going 42 a long time. That's why I was inspired to tell you. There are certain places that you can hold, certain territories. And so when the hill is steep, you get to those places where you're especially strong, and you know it. And we didn't get below 42 on that hill, and now we're climbing back up again. There we go. Back up to 70. You can do it. Here's a 25 mile per hour hill. But you can see the sun is coming up. Make that 22 mile per hour hill. But we've got some gears lower than this if we need them. Now we're up to 24. within parameters. But then sometimes we have to get tested even more. But there's sunshine over the horizon. Come into the clear. Then we have to shift down to go down the hill. But the sun keeps getting brighter. Up or down. And it gets foggy and rainy. But we come through it. We shift up or down as necessary, and we just do it. Brakes don't get hot, not too hot, don't run out of fuel. We always measure up. We get stopped when life gives us a red light. Or a green light, we get going. Got this. Definitely looks different than when we started.
In 3/4 of a mile, arrive at home, on the right.